Get your fucking Peter beaters
I'm
out.
trying to change. I'm trying.
You got your fucking way. Move your fingers. You were done.
No music.
Shut up.
Stadium, the pitch to Mason is fouled.
A hot kicker. What you get?
Wednesday on Joe.
My parents smoke.
Per hour off of his back.
What was the channel at?
Just saying.
Royals were not done. Giants weren't done either. They
Why?
go to the bullpen, they bring the lefty,
Been on?
Michael Massey. Very first pitch, Massey lays down a perfect punch. No one expected it. He reached his first, and then the lefty that came out of the bullpen trying to make a play on Massey spikes the throw to first base. Massey takes the extra 90 feet. Man in scoring position with nobody down. After an Isaac Collins ground out, Starling Marte comes to the ditch. Man on second, 1 out. Royals down by a run. Marte shoots a hanging curveball to the opposite field, and Michael Massey's held in third. Dazan coaching third base along with Vance Wilson. I know I was giving Massey the win there. But Vance Wilson holds him up. First and third with 1 out. Matt Quatrero goes to his bench. He brings in Nick Lofton. The Giants go to their bullpen. They bring in a right-hander and Keith Wynn. And how about Nick Lofton? He sees back-to-back sliders over the plate. And the second one is on a tee, and he smokes it to left center field. Nick Lofton is now a .308 hitter this season with runners in scoring position. So Lofton drives in the game-time run. Carter Jensen battles back to draw a 7-pitch walk and load the bases. In the bottom.
Don't take the long way around.
Connecting on career home run number 317. It's been almost a quarter of a century.
Charge up a little bit.
They're always providing clarity around your financial future, but all bring clarity around the historic nature of the captain. You know, he's only in the history of the game as far as guys that have reached 317 home runs while also working behind the ditch. I worked as a catcher. That was only the 7th catcher in Major League Baseball history to reach that number. The last time it happened was 24 years ago. Mike Dion. The longest run in baseball history between catchers and this time. Yogi Berra was the first to ever reach 317. Berra doing so back in the summer of 1960. And then it was a near 2-decade wait until Johnny Bench came along. Had to wait a few more seasons, but certainly, you know, no longer than 9 years until Carl Spence. A few years later,
Get on.
Carter.
Air? Yeah, is it air on?
It was a long wait until Mike Young, a decade until Mike Young came along. We waited 24 years for a catcher to reach this milestone. More than 14,000 were in attendance today at Kauffman Stadium
Mm-hmm.
96.5 for the Austin in Kansas City. You're on the Guaranteed Blitz postgame show. Austin Connor. How's it going? Thank you for taking my call. I was at the stadium today. We felt the hit of a run, and I said, yeah, everyone just completely lost it. They got a insane home run every time that we went up to play. And the goosebumps, man. You know, just about the been dying to get on your show. Just wanted to say how special it really was. We did that home run, and everybody just lost their minds. Yeah, I was glad I was here for it. The bump that the record breakers that happened on the off the big
Yeah.
call.
What?
I guess
Tired.
the one perk of the record falling over the course of this 10-game road trip is when the boys return, trade deadline's going to be over. The first game back is Tuesday, August 4th. It's actually the next dollar dog night. Holy crap, that's going to be a scene. Yeah. Okay, so after this road trip, yeah, first game back, Tuesday against the Twins, dollar dog night. You have to imagine there's going to be a humongous pregame ceremony. Right? George will be there. George will have words. Sally will come out, right? He'll likely be the DH or get the day off. So he'll have some words. Yeah, it should be a real nice celebration, and that's going to work out real well, especially for me, because I have 2 tickets to that game. And you'll have a chance to win these tickets all weekend long. Just listen to the On Deck Show 1 hour before first pitch for your chance to win tickets to what I imagine is going to be quite the on-field pregame ceremony. Celebrate the captain. Austin, nice to hear from you. Let's go to Brandon in Independence here on the Guaranteed Foods postgame show. It's the Royals win 5-4. Go back, Brandon.
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for taking my call, buddy. Good day. I wasn't at the game or even at I did listen to the celebration, you know, post-game and the big game and all that stuff. But I remember, I'm going to take you back to your call yesterday. Remember, I don't remember the name, but it was a father and son caller, and they called me yesterday, and they're like 5-0, and they're very well the game today. But now they're 6-0. They're undefeated at the stage. I think they need to go to a lot more speaking games next year.
Yeah, I think it was Connor.
Yeah. Your buddy, yeah. They're undefeated. They went today. They beat Downey High, obviously. They're 6-0. They're not doing old. That's a really couple right there.
No, you nailed that one, Brandon. Thanks for the phone call. You're talking about Gunnar and Jerry from Blue Springs. Yeah, listen, the Royals obviously have not done a ton of winning
It is Walmart.
What could it cost you?
I don't know. She costs a whole lot.